After my last video where I spoke about money blocks and introduced the concept of money blocks, I got a lot of DMs on Instagram, on Twitter, and even on my personal messages. And people kept asking me, Manish, that video has really made us think a lot. And I just want to understand how exactly are these money blocks formed? What can I do about them? How do they impact me? What are the most common money blocks? And so on and so forth. So basically, I have been busy just trying to assimilate and understand the kind of problems that people are facing with money blocks. And if you are here, you're watching a very important video on this channel because I'm going to talk about various reasons how money blocks are formed for people. So keep watching. Hello and namaste. I am Manish Ahuja and I'm the founder of Paycheck to Profit, India's first YouTube channel dedicated to your money mindset. This channel used to focus on financial freedom. It still does. But what I've realized is a massive problem that people are facing more than not investing or not budgeting the money or not growing the money is the reason why they're not doing this is primarily because their money mindset is completely shaken. And I don't mean this in a derogatory manner. For that matter of fact, this has been a really humbling experience for me in the last few months to realize that this is actually what people need. So if you relate to the whole concept of not knowing what to do with your money, how to invest your money, how to grow your money, or even how do you even think positively about money, if money as a topic gets you nervous, it gets you worried, it gets you stressed, please subscribe to this channel because I'm making 10 videos every month and I'm talking to you about some real life issues, real life problems with regards to money, which you'll probably not find on any other channel. Having said that, let's talk about money blocks. If you've not seen my earlier video, please check the description of this video where you'll find the link to what exactly are money blocks. And in today's video, I'm going to talk about how exactly are money blocks formed. So I'll tell you what. This is a very psychological and this is a very personal or a very relative sort of a topic. Okay, so I can't pinpoint at every money block and tell you this is exactly where your money block was formed. But what I have understood after talking to multiple people, doing one-to-one coaching, talking to people who are going through experiences with regards to money blocks, I have come across 7 massive angles, areas, aspects of life which contribute extremely heavily towards forming of your money blocks. So this will give you a very good idea. It will give you some sort of a sense of understanding where exactly are your money blocks coming from and what can you do about it. One and the most obvious and the most relevant areas where people end up getting a lot of their money blocks is in their childhood. Pick up any book on psychology, parenting, and you'll find children between the age of 0 to 5 or 0 to 7 are like sponges. Whatever they see, observe, understand, perceive literally gets a part, it literally becomes a part of their personality, it becomes a part of their subconscious way of thinking. So your childhood definitely determines a lot of your money blocks or the reasons why your money blocks have evolved the way they have evolved. However, it is extremely unfair to blame your childhood for all your money blocks because there are, as I had given you this example in the last video, what if you have a couple of siblings? Not all of your siblings have the same attitude as yours. Not all of your siblings have the same money blocks as yours. So how you have perceived a particular incident in your childhood or how your conversations with your parents, your siblings have happened in the childhood create your path to your money blocks. I hope that makes sense. The second and the most common reason or aspect where people build their money blocks is their experiences with people, which is actually an extension of my earlier point which I was talking about. Your sibling may not have the same money block as you, or your spouse may not have the same money block as you, because your experience is absolutely personal to you. So your experience with person A and somebody else's experience with person A is going to determine a different relationship, and that different relationship, if it is with regards to money, ends up creating a different sort of a money block. Let me give you a very simple example about this. A person who is extremely ambitious, a person who knows how to trade well in the stock markets will look at somebody like we'll look at a trader who shorts. Shorts is basically a technical term which means they sell stocks first and then buy and make the money on the arbitrage. Somebody who trades in the market, okay? If somebody who's already into the markets and he looks at a trader, their perception of how trading works and your perception of how trading works can be completely different. I understand the world of finance. Of I look at a trader and I look at them as somebody who is working on a skill set, whereas somebody who does not understand markets, does not understand trading as a concept, the science behind it, will look at a trader and say this person is just gambling. Just for an example. So your experiences with people determine your money blocks and the intensity of your money blocks around them or around the topic which is being discussed with the person or the experience that you're having. The third is your personal experience with money, investments, losses, etc. So, you know what happens? Let's say there are 10 businessmen. 10 businessmen are, let's say, either in similar or in different areas of businesses, and it does not matter which area of business they are in. And let's say for that matter of fact, all 10 of them end up getting into a business loss. Every person's behavior towards their loss is going to create a different sort of a money block. Somebody would say, okay, I did not give my 100%. Somebody will say the market was bad, or third person will say that the timing wasn't correct. The fourth person will say the customers were extremely irritating, and all their experiences will design their money blocks. One person who says that the customer was bad will always have a different sort of a money block towards customers in any other business that they go into. Somebody who says that the market was bad will always look at the market from a very skeptical point of view. Is now the right time to enter the market? Is now the right time to start this business? How will the market react to this business? So on and so forth. So your experience with money, investments, losses determines your attitude towards your money blocks. I hope that makes sense. Fourth is a very simple extension of the third point, which is your attitude and your nature and your personality. If you're somebody who's extremely boisterous, you're going to be boisterous with money. If you come from a very affluent background, you are going to have a different attitude towards money. If you've come from an extremely moderate background, or let's say a very humble background, and today, even despite of you having earned a lot of money, your attitude towards money is very strongly determined by your attitude in general. If you're somebody who's extremely cautious and scared in life, your attitude towards investing is also going to come with a lot of skepticism. You will not pick up trades which could be extremely profitable but which come with a lot of risk. So your attitude, your nature, your personality determines and plays an extremely important role in the kind of money blocks that get formed in your life. Fifth is your borrowed experiences. Now this is a very dangerous reason or parameter to form a money block. Borrowed experiences is when you come to a decision, you create a perspective, you create some sort of a opinion about a point based on somebody else's experience. So let's say if somebody in your family has lost money in the share markets, let's say if somebody in your family has had a massive loss by investing in real estate, you end up picking up that as your reason to not invest in the stock markets or the real estate because ABC lost a lot of money. XYZ ended up committing suicide because of the loss that they incurred in the stock markets. You don't know their experience. You don't know the kind of mistakes that they made. You don't know what kind of circumstances were they dealing with. What was their thought process? What was their knowledge base? What was their information? On what basis did they invest wherever they invested? I come from a family of business owners. We own a lot of businesses and we have made a lot of bad deals. We have lost a lot of money in real estate deals, but we've also made a lot of money in equities. As a result of which, I am extremely bullish on real estate, but I subconsciously end up looking at real estate as my second or the third investment option. Whereas somebody else could end up putting all their money or a big chunk of their money on real estate right from day one, because the kind of experiences or the kind of borrowed perceptions that they have had because of the family or the deals that they've seen or people who they look up to and their mentors. So this also creates a lot of money blocks. The sixth point is media. Now this is a very funny angle. Why? Because media, all what media does is to inform you or portray whatever they want to portray on their channels. Okay, but they are also very influential in a way that they help, or they subconsciously end up creating a perception of something in your mind. In today's times, very recently, Tanish created an ad on intercaste marriages, which ended up creating so much hype on media that that entire ad was discontinued. Tanish decided not to play that ad on media anymore. Similarly, even when you don't realize, a lot of your decisions, your thought process, your way of life, your thinking, your decision making is dependent on what you consume in the media. So think about this. What kind of money blocks are being created in your mind because of media? What kind of news channels are you switching on to? What kind of pages are you following on Instagram? What kind of people are you following? If you're following people who are, let's say, influencers, your thought process about fashion and style and trend is going to be completely different, because of which your spending pattern is going to be a lot different from somebody who's investing a lot of their time in on pages which help them grow their business, on pages which help them to invest their money, so on and so forth. Choose your media content very carefully, because it really determines the direction of your life in one way or not, even if you don't realize that. Think about this. And the seventh and the most important point that I have come across, when after having done a lot of one-to-one consultations and talking to people and trying to understand where exactly these money blocks are coming from, is simple. Consciously or subconsciously, you don't even realize that you are creating a money block for yourself for life. And that's extremely dangerous. Because now when I've given you the 6 parameters where you could have come up with your money blocks, ranging from your past experiences or your childhood or your media consumption, now when you look back, now when you introspect, you will realize that a lot of these money blocks could have been avoided only if you had the right attitude, only if you had the right mindset, only if you had the right set of people to hang around with, only if you had the right way of analyzing or putting things into perspective based on the knowledge that you've generated or created or learned. As simple as that. So your attitude, your nature is also a outcome of the kind of people that you're hanging around with. Think about this. These 7 points are primarily designed to make you think about your attitude of money and how are you dealing with it. I hope this video has given you something to think about, and if you've liked this video, please do not forget to like this video and share it with the world so that more and more people can get to know about the impact of these money blocks in their life. What can you do about these money blocks? What are the most common money blocks? How can you deal with these money blocks are some of the topics that I'm going to cover in my upcoming video. So please do not forget to subscribe to this channel if you are new. Hit the bell icon so that you get the notification the moment I come up with a new video on the channel. And yeah, I hope I can do everything in my capacity to help you. If you are stuck with something, if you're really bothered about something, please do not hesitate. Reach out to me, send me a comment below, connect with me on Instagram, LinkedIn, Twitter, and I will do my best to help you. That's about it from me in today's video. I'll now see you in the next video. Until then, please keep smiling, take care of your loved ones, and stay happy. Ka-ching!